Dale Carson Law, just talking about the panhandling problem in St. Augustine. It's an interesting legal theory behind it, and it is that people have the right to free speech, and when the government restricts that right, they are in violation of the U.S. Constitution. Basically, this all happened in Jacksonville with a funny case by the name of Papachristou versus Jacksonville in 1974. And that particular case involved the charge of night walking. And the courts, when they heard this rather vague description of what somebody had done, because it's connected directly to the concept of vagrancy or no visible means of support, they allowed that many people walked in the night because they couldn't sleep and they were hopeful that the walk would make them go back home and go to sleep. But the concept of no visible means of support was outlawed essentially because it's too vague. I mean, what does that mean? Well, the answer is it means anything law enforcement wants it to mean. And the same thing basically holds true here in the St. Augustine matter. In St. Augustine, they're trying to restrict people from panhandling. And I think we can all agree that that can be somewhat disconcerting. But when you read their particular ordinance, which is 18-8 of the City Code of St. Augustine, it has two terms. One is it defines dark, which is after sunset, rather obviously, but it also, in the definition section, defines aggressive. Well, aggressive is very, very vague again. So presently, St. Augustine is no longer enforcing that particular ordinance because it's too vague. And candidly, I'm not sure that it can be narrowly tailored, which is the requirement for a government entity such as the government of St. Augustine. It has to be narrowly tailored in order to meet some specific need. And of course, that runs afoul of the constitutional protections that we enjoy of free speech. You can ask anybody anything you want, as long as it's not insulting. And certainly there are other laws to deal with people who are aggressive and insulting, and it's called assaultive behavior, and that is a criminal violation. So unless they can figure out a way to prevent people from asking somebody else for money or assistance if they are in need, it'll be a long time before they can control panhandling in St. Augustine.